Welcome to physics class. So, in the last class we have discussed on Coulomb's law. The Coulomb's law gives the force of interaction between two charges, whether positive or negative charges. And in that class you have learned about the equations representing the Coulomb's law of forces. So, what is the equation? The equation is very simple. According to Coulomb's law, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square. So, you know that in this equation the force representing only the magnitude, but you know that force is a vector quantity. So, it is better to express this force is vector quantity. Therefore, in this class we have discussed on the Coulomb's law in vector form. So, Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay. So, how will you write the Coulomb's law in vector form? It is very simple. That is, Coulomb's law in vector form is expressed as F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r squared into cap r, where cap r is the unit vector. So, this is the one of the representation of Coulomb's law in vector form. Vector F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square cap r. In the first year you have learned about the vectors, representation of vectors, various properties of vectors. So, this can be treated as equation number 2. What is cap r? Is the unit vector. How will you write unit vector? The unit vector equal to vector r divided by modulus of vector r. Oh, very simple, r e r. You substitute the value of this equation 3 in 2. What is that? F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square into vector r by r, or F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square into r, that is r cube into f r. Here's number 4. So, these equations, that is equation number 2, equation number 4, represents the Coulomb's law in vector form. So, suppose a question may be asked, write the Coulomb's law in vector form. You have to write F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square cap r, where cap r is the unit vector, but cap r is equal to the vector r by modulus of its vector. Then you substitute this equation F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r cube into cap r. So, this Coulomb's law in vector form can be also represented in another form. For example, let q1 and q2 be the two charges, and let r1 be the position vector of the charges q1 and r2 be the position vector of the charge q2 from the origin O. Now, for example, there is q1 and q2 be the two charges. The two charges may be positive or negative, or positive or negative. For example, the two charges will be positive. Therefore, the charge will exert a force of repulsion, because q1 and q2 be the two positive charges. So, let And in Coulomb's law, there is a separation between two charges. For example, Q1 and Q2 be the two charges and their separations. These are separations. And these separations can be represented in two ways. For example, if the force on the charge Q2 by Q1 is represented as the force on the charge Q2 by 1 represented as F21, and the distance is treated as R21. Similarly, the force exerted on Q1 by the charge Q2 is represented by F12 and the distance is R12. That is, F12 force on Q1 by Q2, F21 force on Q2 by Q1. Now, these are the forces exerted by the two charges on each other. In this case, the two forces will be force of repulsions. Now, we have a general equations for the vector form of Coulomb's law, that is F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R cube into kappa. Therefore, F12 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by, this can be written in kappa form as the distance between 1 and 2 in the direction of force F12 is R12. Therefore, this can be written as R12 square into cap R12. Equation number 5. So, this equation F12 is of the form F equal to 1 by 4 pi, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. This F12 is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square 12 into cap R12 is of the form, that is F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square into kappa. Similarly, F21 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square 21 into cap R21. Equation number 6. So, but this R21 equal to, that is minus R12. Therefore, equation 6 becomes F21 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by this R square, 21 is nothing but R12 into minus this minus cap R12, because cap R21 is nothing but minus R12. Therefore, F21 equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by, so let it be the square Q1 Q2 by R square 12 into cap R12. Equation number 7. So, look at the equation number 5 and 6. F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 R square 12 cap R12. Equation number 7, F21 equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 R square 1 2 kappa. What is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 R square 1 2 kappa 1 2? It is nothing but. Therefore, from equation 5 and 7, we have written as F21 equal to minus F12, or reverse also written as F12 is equal to minus F21. Okay, this is an important relations. So, we have Coulomb's law in vector form. There is a general expression for the Coulomb's law in vector form as vector F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square into kappa. So, in this case there are two charges Q1 and Q2. So, this Q1 and Q2 will interact forces on each other. So, for example, the two charges will experience a force of repulsions. Therefore, we have F12 and F21, and that F12 and F21 can be written in the general form of Coulomb's law, vector form of Coulomb's law as equation number 5 and 6. And it is found that there is the two forces are equal and opposite. Okay. So, now we have analyzed, or we are going to return the Coulomb's law in another form. So, you can write the Coulomb's law of forces in vector form in different ways. So, these are the equation number, the 2, then 4, then 5, 6, etc. are the representation of Coulomb's law, and therefore, again we can represent Coulomb's law of forces in another form. For example, we have F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square 1 2 into cap R12. That equation can be written in this form, that is equation number 4. So, very simple, that is F12 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by, instead of R cube you can written as, for example, that is equation number, what is equation number 5, R square 1 2 into cap R12. What is cap R12? That is vector R12 divided by modulus of vector R12. So, this equation this above equations can be written as F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by, that is, what is cap R square 1 2, what is cap R12, what is cap R12 equal to vector R12 divided by modulus of vector R12. By simplifying, F12 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square 1 2 into R12 into RQ12 into R12, equation number 8. Okay. Similarly, you can write F21 equal to, I will write directly 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by, that is equation number 6 R square 21, using the equation number 8 R cube 21 into cap R21, because that is cap R21 equal to vector R21 divided by modulus of vector R21. Okay. This is equation number 9. Equation number 9. So, equation 8 and 9 also represents the Coulomb's law in vector form. So, you can write the Coulomb's law of force in vector form in different ways. So, it is very simple, you can write F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R cube by R, or F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square into cap R. So, these are all extended form of Coulomb's law. Now, these are all extended form of Coulomb's law. Again, we can change the Coulomb's law, vector form of Coulomb's law in another way. What is that? That is, look at the figure. So, from these equations, from this figure, that is R1 is the position vector of Q1, charge Q1, and R2 is the position vector of charge Q2. Using triangle law of vector additions, that is, what is that? That is R1, this is R1 plus R21 equal to R2. Now, in the first year, you have learned about the triangle of vector addition. Therefore, R21 equal to R2 minus R1. It's very simple. Similarly, that is R12 equal to R1 minus R2. It's very simple. That is how will you, that is you can get, that is R2 plus R12 equal to R1. Therefore, R12 equal to R1 minus R2. Okay. So, very simple. The vector representation of R21 and R12 is R21 equal to R2 vector R2 minus vector R1, and R12 is vector R12 is equal to vector R1 minus vector R2. And instead of R12 and R21, you can substitute in these equations, that is 8 and 9. Again, F12 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by, what is R cube 1 2? What is the modulus R cube 1 2? The modulus of R cube 1 2 is equal to R cube 1 2 is equal to R1 minus R2 modulus. Similarly, modulus of R21 equal to R2 minus R1 modulus. So, you can write modulus of R cube 1 2, that is R cube R1 2 R1 minus R2 modulus cube into what is R12, that is R1 minus R2. Equation number 10. Similarly, F21 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R cube 21, the modulus of R2 minus R1 modulus cube. What is R21? Vector R2 minus vector R1. Equation number 11. So, this is equation 10 and 11 also represents the extended form of vector form of Coulomb's law. So in these sections, we have discussed on the vector form of Coulomb's law using different equations. So, only the marked equations represents the different form of Coulomb's law in vector form. So, in coming exam, sometimes a question may be asked, write Coulomb's law in vector form. You can write any form. Okay. So, why we write the Coulomb's law in vector form? It's a very simple answer, because force is a vector quantity. So, it is better to express the Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay. Therefore, you have studied what is Coulomb's law and how will you represent the Coulomb's law in vector form. So, thank you students, we will meet again. So, you see that it is found that from the above descriptions, F12 is equal to minus F21. So what it mean that? It means that the Coulomb's law of forces agrees with or agrees with Newton's third law. Okay, it's a very important point. In the first year, you have learned what is Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reactions. And the two forces, F12 equal to minus F21, which represents in this case the Coulomb's law of forces, which obeys Newton's third law. And also, you have seen that these equations F12 and F21, already you have seen that it is valid for any sign of charges, any sign, whether positive or negative. For example, if two charges Q1 and Q2 are positive or negative, it represents repulsions, and the F21 is, it is found that the F21 is along R21. That is, if Q1 and Q2 are positive, which represents the force of repulsion, then F21 is along R21. That is, like charges repulse. Similarly, if Q1 and Q2 are opposite sign, one is positive and other is negative, the F21 is along R12, which represents force of attractions. That is, if the force of repulsions, when it is force of repulsions, if the two charges are same, that is, like charges are repulsed. So the force is F21 is along R21. But if one is positive, the other is negative, there is a force of attraction. In this case, F21 is along R12. That is force of attractions, which means that there is no separate equations for both force of attraction or repulsions. And you remember that if Q1, Q2 is greater than 0, it is force of repulsion. Because if Q1 is positive, Q2 is positive multiplication, only positive value, that is repulsions, and negative is also positive values, which is greater than 0, that is force of repulsions. But is it Q1, Q2 is less than 0, it is force of attractions. Okay, is one is positive and other is negative, but is negative value is negative, that is less than 0, that is force of repulsion. So these are the two important points you have to remember. One is Coulomb's law of forces agrees with Newton's third law, and if Q1, Q2 is greater than 0, it is force of repulsion, and if Q1, Q2 is less than 0, it means force of repulsions. Okay, and also you remember that there is no separate equations for the force of attraction and force of repulsions. Okay, thank you, students.